Have you ever wondered how different life would be if we spent less time peeking into others' lives and more time developing our own? It's a thought, isn't it? We live in a society where it's become almost second nature to be overly concerned with what others are doing, saying, or even thinking. It's a peculiar habit, one that often leads us to invest our precious energy and time into other people's lives rather than our own. Yet imagine the possibilities if we redirected that energy. What if we focused on our own actions, thoughts, aspirations? We're about to embark on a journey that will illustrate the profound difference it can make. This, my friends, is the story of a real-life transformation brought about by the simple yet powerful act of minding one's own business. Let us delve into the inspiring journey of a person who transformed their life by focusing on their own business. Meet Sam, an everyday individual just like you and me, whose life took a 180-degree turn when they decided to mind their own business. Sam was a person of curiosity, you could say, not the kind that leads to discovery and innovation, but the kind that leads one to the neighbor's front yard, peering through the curtains to catch a glimpse of their daily life. A penchant for poking their nose into others' affairs was Sam's signature trait. From the local grocer's marital woes to the postman's feud with his brother, Sam was privy to it all. The irony was, while Sam was engrossed in the world around them, their own world was slowly slipping into a state of disarray. Sam's life was like a busy intersection, filled with the traffic of other people's stories, concerns, and dramas. They were so submerged in the events of others that their own life became a secondary scene, a mere backdrop to the theatre of others' lives. Sam's personal goals, aspirations and dreams were placed on the back burner while they were busy stirring the pot of community gossip. Imagine a life where your own progress is stunted because you're too busy charting the progress of others. That was Sam. Their personal growth was hindered, their satisfaction in life was diminishing, and their own story was being overshadowed by the tales they were so keen on collecting. The constant immersion in other people's lives left little room for Sam to focus on their own. The irony was not lost on Sam. They began to realize that while they were so caught up in the drama of the world around them, their own life was becoming a series of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. They began to feel the sting of dissatisfaction, the gnawing sense of stagnation. The richness of their own life was being diluted by the constant influx of others' stories. Sam's life was a whirlwind of others' stories, with their own story lost in the mix. Every story has a turning point, and so did Sam's. It was an ordinary Tuesday, just like any other. Sam was in the midst of their usual routine, sipping on a cup of lukewarm coffee while scrolling mindlessly through their phone. But as they stumbled upon yet another post about someone else's seemingly perfect life, something snapped. Sam found themselves spiraling into a vortex of comparison, self-doubt, and anxiety. In that moment, they realized that they were more invested in the lives of others than in their own. They were so caught up in the whirlwind of other people's lives, achievements, and adventures that they had lost sight of their own journey. This realization hit Sam like a bolt of lightning, illuminating the path they had strayed from. It was a wake-up call, a moment of clarity that transcended the mundane Tuesday morning. Sam understood that they had been living in a state of constant comparison, a state that was not only unproductive, but also detrimental to their mental and emotional well-being. This event, seemingly insignificant, triggered a profound change in Sam's mindset. They realized that the time spent observing, comparing, and often envying others could have been spent nurturing their own dreams, pursuing their own goals, and simply living their own life. It was a simple yet powerful realization. The only life they could control was their own. They couldn't change what others did, how they lived, or what they achieved. But they could control their actions, their responses, and their perspective. They could choose to concentrate on their own journey, rather than being a spectator in others. With this epiphany, Sam made a decision to stop being a passive observer in their own life, a decision to take the reins of their narrative and steer it in the direction they desired, a decision to shift their focus from others' lives to their own, to trade comparison for self-compassion, and to replace envy with inspiration. With this newfound insight, Sam decided to take control of their own narrative, and so began the journey of transformation. Sam, like many of us, had spent so long looking outward that turning inward felt like exploring an uncharted territory. It was a journey fraught with discomfort, but the promise of a richer, more fulfilling life fueled Sam's determination. The first step was learning to accept fully and wholly that they were the architect of their own life. This acceptance wasn't easy. It meant acknowledging past mistakes, missed opportunities, and the time lost in the pursuit of others' lives. But as they say, acknowledgement is the first step towards change. Once Sam embraced this truth, they began to carve out time each day to focus on their own goals, dreams, and aspirations. The distractions of others' lives still beckoned, but Sam was resolute. They understood that the allure of the external was just an escape from the internal. Their next step was to cultivate mindfulness. Sam started to consciously live in the moment, savoring the joy in the little things, the everyday moments that had previously gone unnoticed. The world around Sam didn't change, but their perception of it did. They found beauty in simplicity and peace in solitude. But the transformation didn't happen overnight. It was a gradual process, marked by small victories and occasional setbacks. There were times when Sam faltered, drawn back into the vortex of others' lives. But with each stumble, Sam's resolve grew stronger. They learned to be gentle with themselves, understanding that change is a journey, not a destination. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Sam noticed a shift. Life felt richer, more meaningful. They found joy in their own achievements, however small, and began to appreciate their own journey, with all its twists and turns. Their focus shifted from the external to the internal, from others' lives to their own. In the quiet of their own company, Sam discovered a reservoir of strength they never knew they possessed. They found their own rhythm, their own pace. They learned to trust their journey, to believe in their path. Sam was finally living their story, not someone else's. The result of minding one's own business can be more rewarding than one might think. Let's take a closer look at Sam's journey. After choosing to focus on her own affairs, her life took a turn for the better. She discovered a newfound sense of tranquility, one that allowed her to concentrate on her personal goals and aspirations. No longer was she consumed by the unnecessary drama or the trivialities of others' lives. This change was not just evident in her day-to-day activities, but also in her overall demeanor. She was more content, more focused, and more at peace with herself. Her personal growth was truly remarkable. She developed a stronger sense of self, a more profound understanding of her own capabilities and potential. She found that she was able to accomplish much more when she directed her energy towards her own projects, her own dreams. Her confidence grew exponentially as she began to realize her own worth and value. The relationships in Sam's life also improved significantly. By refraining from involving herself in others' affairs, she was able to establish healthier boundaries. These boundaries, in turn, led to more meaningful and fulfilling relationships. She found that her friends and family respected her more for her discretion and integrity. Her relationships were no longer based on gossip or speculation, but on mutual respect and understanding. Perhaps the most noticeable change was her overall satisfaction with life. She was happier, more content with her own journey. She found joy in her own accomplishments, in her own existence. She no longer felt the need to compare her life with others or to involve herself in their issues. She was truly content in her own sphere. In essence, by choosing to mind her own business, Sam was able to enhance her own life in ways she never thought possible. She experienced personal growth, improved her relationships, and found a deeper sense of satisfaction in her own life. Sam's life was a testament to the power of minding one's own business. Sam's story brings us back to our initial question. Isn't it fascinating how a simple shift of focus can change one's life dramatically? We journeyed with Sam from a life filled with unnecessary drama and stress to one of tranquility and growth. This transformation was brought about by Sam choosing to steer clear of other people's affairs and instead focus on his own life. The key takeaway here is that when we mind our own business, we cultivate a space for personal growth and satisfaction. It's like tending to our own garden, ensuring it flourishes rather than worrying about the weeds in our neighbor's yard. This doesn't mean we cease to care or empathize with others, but rather we learn to give ourselves the same attention and care we so readily offer to others. So, isn't it time we start minding our own business and writing our own story?